In today's episode, I'm gonna show you how to make some lengua tacos and roasted poblano salsa. I've got one cow tongue. I'm gonna place it in water. Make sure the water is covering the cow tongue completely. Once the water comes to a boil, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt. We're gonna allow this to simmer, so lower the heat and cover the pot. Allow to simmer for at least 3 hours or until tender. All right, so it's been a little over 3 hours, and I'm going to give a poke here to make sure it's tender. And it's so tender, my knife just goes through and comes right out of it. So I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna place it right into this bowl, let it cool off. So I'm just going to quarter up some tomatoes. I'm actually going to throw it in my Vitamix. We're going to blend all this together. I've also got 2 cloves of garlic. I'm going to throw in there. 1 jalapeno. We're going to throw that in. I've also broiled 2 poblano peppers in the oven for like 10 minutes. We're going to keep the seeds in it and everything. We're also going to throw in 1 onion. You can broil it or not, just a small onion. Then I've got half a bunch of cilantro. I'm going to throw it right in there. And to this, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of Redmond real salt. So this made about 5 cups of salsa. And feel free to taste it. If you want more salt, add some more, but 2 teaspoons seemed perfect for me. I'm just gonna pour that in. Delicioso. To store the salsa, I like putting them in mason jars. So there you go. So I've let the tongue cool down, and now we are just going to peel this. So I'm just going to try to go right under here. There's a skin. It's not that hard to peel. We're just going to get right under it with my knife. And you can see it comes right off. Yeah, so here's a big chunk coming off. You can actually feel how rough that cow tongue is. So I'm just gonna peel away. Yeah, once you get under there, it seems like you don't need the knife, especially when you get to the front of the tongue. Amazing. Some people flavor the water that they simmer the cow tongue in with onion, bay leaf, but we've got salsa that we're gonna top off these tacos with, so I'm not too concerned about flavoring my water. All I'm gonna do, slice it first. If you weren't doing tacos and you just wanted to eat this as like an hors d'oeuvre, you could thinly slice it and then you could fry it up in some good fat like lard or tallow, and then just crisp it up and eat it like a crispy chip. But I'm just going to slice it a little thicker because I'm gonna chop it up. Let's even just give it a taste before we get it crisped up. Nice and meaty. I like tongue because it's not very irony or organy, right? Like if you were to eat liver or beef heart. So I'm just gonna roughly chop this up. There's quite a bit of fat on the cow tongue as well. My hands are greasy. So here's our cow tongue. Now I'm gonna crisp it up in a pan. So I'm gonna throw in some lard. You can use any kind of good fat, tallow, coconut oil. No vegetable oils here. Don't use canola oil, soybean oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil, cottonseed oil. And we're just gonna throw in the tongue. Get that pan hot enough so there's a nice sizzle. Just gonna cook this in, I'm gonna fry this up in batches. That way it gets nice and crispy. So we're just gonna do one layer. Oh yeah, starting to get nice and crispy. So this batch is ready to go. Just gonna put it in a bowl. Now I'm gonna add the rest of the tongue. Now I'm gonna heat up some corn tortillas. Today I'm not making them from scratch, but if you wanna see how to make them with masa harina, you can check out, I'm gonna link with my pork carnitas tacos, I make tortillas with the masa harina flour, so I'll put a link down on that. Once the tortillas are nice and warm, I'm gonna put them in my little tortilla basket. There's a damp towel in there. Throw it right to the tongue. I'm going to add a little bit of red mint salt. Now let's assemble our tacos. I love the poblano in the salsa. It really changes up the flavor. Like if you didn't have poblanos and it was just tomatoes, it wouldn't up level that flavor. I really like adding that roasted flavor to it. I know cooking cow tongue can be a little foreign because it's like an animal's tongue. I mean, even though way back in the day we would eat nose to tail, that's something I really am aiming to get back into. And the cool thing with cow tongue is that it's an inexpensive cut. You know, getting a grass-fed cow tongue. And it's actually so much more tender to me than buying a flank steak that you can make carne asada with as well. But cow tongue is gonna be cheaper and tasty. It might just take a little bit longer simmering it, but the flavor, it doesn't taste irony or organy, it just tastes like meat. I hope you like my roasted poblano salsa. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and the notification bell so you can get notified when I release new videos. Thank you for watching. Happy eating!